hear your voice. For you have declared in your word that we are your children, we are your sheep, and we know your voice. And so I just declare that our feet would run from the voice of strangers this evening, God, that our hearts would be prepared to learn and to grow and to be shaped and molded. You said there is wooden vessels, and yet there is also golden vessels. And so I just pray tonight, Lord, that we would surrender, that we would receive what you have for us, that we may be golden vessels of honor to be used by the King of all kings, Lord. I just exalt you, God. And I just ask that our leaders and our teachers and our coach this evening, God, would just step completely out of the way. We declare that their flesh has been crucified with Christ, and it is no longer they that live, but Christ lives through them. And I just pray that it be your words and your spirit that goes forth tonight to speak to the heart of man. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Appreciate you. All right, guys, let's dive in. Let's dive in. This is going to be some good stuff tonight.
Do it.
You see my screen? Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So, guys, tonight we're talking about lead magnets. Lead magnets. But before I tell you what that is, I got a few announcements. As always, if you haven't yet, book your avatar call with your coach. You want to be sure you're clear on who it is the Lord's leading you to serve. Who are you called to coach? Get clarity on that so you can take step 2, book your creative call with Coach Cindy. Her calendar is open, and you need to get a green light from your coach to go ahead and book that call. They want to make sure your avatar sheet is done so Cindy has everything she needs to help you out with. Number 3, I just want to remind you to be using the members area. That's where everything is. The coaching links, the replays, the resources, the tools, the stuff that you don't even know exists yet. It's in the members area. I want to encourage you to use that and get more familiar with it, because we're going to start using it a lot more as we're getting our funnels built. Now there's going to be some stuff, some information that we need from you. So if you haven't logged in there, it's christcenteredcoaching.com/members. Make sure you do that. Number 4, please take advantage of doing Facebook Lives and using your triad group. I know we had some people, exit the program prematurely, self-sabotage, life circumstances, things like that happen. So if your triad group is left missing a person or something like that, please let your coach know, let me know, so we can link you up in another group. And Facebook Lives. I just want to encourage you guys to be doing at least one live a month. We want to continually keep up with that to facilitate our community and what we're doing here. Also, when somebody else is going live, give them a comment, give them a like. There's nothing like doing something and putting yourself out there and then getting 0 engagement. It doesn't feel good. You'll all experience that if you haven't already. But here in our community, in the inner circle, let's try to reverse that. Let's try to build each other up. So I encourage you to comment, use the lives, and take advantage of that. Tonight, what you're going to get is some cool templates and shortcuts to lead magnets, some brand new stuff for you guys. Who can tell me what a lead magnet is? Anybody, feel free to unmute yourself or throw it out in the chat. What is a lead magnet? Jordan, you can't answer.
I was about to say, ooh, me.
What's a lead magnet? I know
Okay,
Rafi.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You can think of it kind of like a carrot dangling in front of a horse to lead him to go somewhere, where the carrot is the magnet itself. It could be like a PDF or some kind of guide or really anything of value. And where you're trying to lead them is to generally a landing page that collects their email and some other information.
That was perfect. Perfect. He nailed it. Nailed it. Well said, brother. I couldn't have said it better myself. That was really good.
Thanks.
So another way to say it, Rafi said it really well, but I just say it's a free resource that you give away in exchange for a person's contact information. The resource must be relevant to your consumer, to the person that's on your site. And the lead magnet, it needs to solve a problem, a need, or provide relief to a pain. So giving away this free resource is the start to generate a lead and start of converting that person into a buyer. So first, let me show you a few examples here. Can you tell me what is the offer here on this page, on this lead magnet? What do I get if I throw my name and email in there?
Piano lessons.
Piano lessons. Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't think this is the greatest page to have clear. They could have communicated it a bit clearer, but yeah, absolutely. If I put my name, my email, and some other stuff in there, I'm going to get some free piano lessons. Let's take a look at another example here. So, checklist, who has meetings, right? The ultimate checklist for productive meetings. Enter your info below, email, name, okay? These are some basic, some generic lead magnets. I put my info in there. I'm gonna get that free PDF, that free checklist. They're gonna send it to my email inbox, or as soon as I put my email in, I can download this resource on the next page, okay? Here's another one. This is one of mine, actually. So this is one that I used in the network marketing industry, in the direct sales industry. So the number one thing, do we got any network marketers on here? Who does network marketing here? Am I the only one? All right. Nobody wants to admit to it. Just kidding. So I did network marketing for years. I was a top earner, top recruiter in the industry. And one of the things that network marketers want more than anything else is more recruits. They want more team members so they can sell more product and make more money. So when I shared this lead magnet, free download, direct sales script used to recruit 130 plus reps, warning includes how to close sales on 73% of the prospecting calls you make. Pretty good promise. Right. So this was one of my best lead magnets in network marketing. Look how simple this is. This was the whole page, by the way. I think I had maybe one more sentence on here, but this is it. That's it. And it worked really well. Here's another one of mine. Calling all Kingdom entrepreneurs. This is an older one of mine when I wasn't quite clear that I was serving coaches. I was doing small business owners. And coaching was included in that. So Kingdom entrepreneurs, 37 ways to integrate your faith in business. Download the free PDF to help you glorify God in business. 1 second here. All right. So here's some lead magnet tips for you guys. Before we get there, are you guys clear? Are we getting what a lead magnet is? It's this free resource that we give for our name and email. We good? Give me a thumbs up if you're getting it. All right, we mostly there. All right, it's gonna click the rest of you that aren't quite there yet. So here's some lead magnet tips. Know what you're offering after the lead magnet first. What do I mean? So before you come up with a free resource to give away, you want to be sure, what am I going to lead them to after this lead magnet? What's going to be incongruent with that? So if I'm giving away a free lead magnet, I want them to hire me as a coach, right? So what can I do to kind of lead them to that? If I'm going to lead them to a coaching offer next, I have to create my lead magnet in a way that's going to be in line with that offer. I don't want the lead magnet to not point to coaching. The lead magnet has to point to the next step. So if I don't know what my next step is, I might waste my time creating lead magnet. So Jordan, with the funnels that we are creating for people, for the most part, what's everybody's step 2 after we give away the lead magnet?
To book a free call with you.
Book a free call. Have a coaching experience with me. A little taste and see. You guys know that verse, taste and see that the Lord is good? That's what you want to do as a coach. it creates it really simple. Like if you never want it, like probably shouldn't say this, but if you never wanted to learn sales, just give people great experiences on the coaching call and then invite them to buy.
Mhm.
That's it. I see a lot of heads nodding right now. Yep. So that's what it is. And think about it, how you guys came in. You guys did, for the most part, almost all of you were VIPs. So you got extra time with us. So you got a taste and see experience of what it would be like to work with us as your coach. So you want to create that same experience for your client. So your lead magnet wants to lead them to booking a call with you next, right? So I'll show you what we do on that actual document to help transition into that. There's some strategy here. But the good news is I've templated everything for you guys. So all you gotta do is fill in the blanks, follow the guide. And those of you who have made lead magnets before this, don't hate me.
Mhm.
It's a new tool.
Ron, can I say a few things on this?
Yeah, of course.
So I've seen a lot of people, a lot of businesses, they'll offer something for free for a download for exchange of name and email address, but they stop there. They don't go any further. And then that's where, they end up not building their business. They may build their email list, but there's no follow-up emails. There's no processes set in place. There's nothing else that's like going to continue them down that customer value journey to where they actually become a paid customer. A lot of people will just stop right there. They'll blow up social media. They'll try to create content, all of this stuff. And then maybe they'll even offer a lead magnet, but then there's nothing beyond that. I did that. We had 30,000 people following our family's business and never made $1 from it. I didn't know this. And I didn't know that there was a process following that. And that was painful. We spent a lot of money to build that fan page up on Facebook and never saw anything from it. So this is really important what Ron just said, like to have a process in place beyond that, which is, what we teach you guys as well as like the Ascension model. And if you haven't heard of that, we will be teaching more on that. And so it's creating that path to follow. And another thing that Ron said, like knowing that next step in place, the way you do that to make it seamless and easy is you think like, okay, here's my coaching program. This is everything that I would line out in a coaching program. If I can take this one piece out of that and give it away for free over here as a lead magnet, what's that going to do? It's going to make it seamlessly flow into the next thing. It's going to make a lot of sense because you've given that small chunk of value called a lead magnet away for free, and it's going to seamlessly bring them into, a free call with you or a coaching program with you. So it's that's what we call, offer sequencing, is that path, making it very seamless, making it make sense, making it feel normal, because it is.
That was well said, man. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, for example, Cheryl, Cheryl's one of my clients that I'm working with. We came up with a cool name for her coaching program. I think it's the Rebel to Royalty coaching program. Is that it? Yeah. So we came up with that. Isn't that a great name? So when we create Cheryl's lead magnet, it's got a lead into an invite to book a call. And Cheryl's going to do their call and invite the person to join the Rebel to Royalty coaching program. But if somebody that's identifying as a rebel, a black sheep, someone who feels rejected, I got to create a lead magnet that's going to speak to that person, that's going to help them with the way that they're feeling or the way that they're hurting. And then the lead magnet, it's going to be so good and insightful and sharing my expertise that it's like, holy cow, how can I not book a call with Cheryl? I got it. Yeah, I'm going to go forward. Right now, just because you generate a lead doesn't mean that you get a client and get a customer. Right. So what I see with a lot of people who put out new lead magnets is, I don't know if you see this too, Jordan and Rafi, I know you used to be in marketing. But I see people get 20, 30, maybe even 50 leads at the most, and they didn't generate a sale yet. So they give up. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, Facebook didn't happen yet. Or, oh, this and that. And we don't actually give it enough time to work. I think you'll know a good gauge to know if your lead magnet is working, if your numbers are good. 100 leads through your funnels. Okay, that will tell you, that's a good test. Out of 100 leads that we got, how many booked calls, how many became clients, right? And that information tells us our marketing's doing well or not well. We know that we have to tweak. All right, let's jump back in and we'll show some more examples, but I want to give you some more tips here. All right, solve one specific problem, not a lot of generic ones. Now, it's easy to say like, oh, like I can help a lot of people. Like this helps with anxiety, depression. This is going to help with your sleep. Like your information may have multiple benefits, right? But you want to focus on one specific problem. For example, I know Pappy's not here right now. He's away for like a month or something, but Pappy's got focusing on male combat veterans who have PTSD and are struggling with their sleep. They can't sleep. That's a very specific person and problem, right? And if he went, all right, let's help you with your sleep and your career and your relationships and getting that VA money you're owed. It's like, what? That's how in one document, one resource can you do that? It's too much. And a confused mind does nothing. A confused mind is not going to take action. So number 3, I think this is great for everyone. Keep it short. Keep it short. A lead magnet is not a 150-page book. Okay. A lead magnet is something short. It's a few pages, usually around 10 pages. And you can consume it in about 5-10 minutes at the most. Okay, 5-10 minutes, I should be able to go through your lead magnet and get some benefit, get some change. Keep it short, right? Multiple reasons for that. But how many times have you like gone to look for something on YouTube and you're like, oh, how do I do this thing? Or how do I fix this thing in my house? What am I going to watch? The hour-long video or the 3-minute video that shows me how to do my thing? The 3-minute one all day. I got things to do. I got places to be, right? I'm taking the 3-minute one all day, right? All right, let me share my screen here. All right, give expertise, okay? Don't keep it generic, common sense knowledge. Give something that people otherwise wouldn't know. If it's not new information to them, they're not going to see it as valuable, and the lead magnet's not going to work. It's not going to do its job, right? Like, all right, for example, if I'm a health coach, I know I need to diet and exercise. Okay, so don't tell me that's the only things to do in your lead magnet if you're a health coach. Okay, everybody knows diet and exercise, right? I don't need to be an expert to tell you to do that, right? Now, I might be an expert to tell you how to diet, how to exercise, and I can go deeper into there, right? Maybe I share a lead magnet. Maybe I'm marketing to fitness people, right? Here's 15 kettlebell exercises for your back, right? That you won't learn at the gym, right? So I'd want to know that. I'd want to know, what are these 15 kettlebell exercises? I only know like 4. What? So if I'm into working out, I'm into using that piece of equipment, I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to go deeper. All right, some other ones. Don't make it all about you. Okay. It's all about what's in it for them. Okay. There's a part in our lead magnet, and I'll show you, that you can share a little bit of your story so people know that you can relate and that you're coming from experience, but it's all about them. It's about getting them the result. It's about giving your best to help them break through. What I love to do is under promise and over deliver. Okay. Now, when I do this, I'm always directing them at the end to book a call with me to take the next step. Okay. If they've got this much value in my lead magnet, I over delivered on it, and they're seeing that, they're seeing how valuable it is and how I'm helping them. Taking the next step to book a call is an easier yes, as opposed to, you know, here's my 100 paid lead magnet and size 6 font, and, you know, like, what would you want? Think about the experience that you would want if you were going to work with someone and you want to create that. Okay. So let's talk about some bad lead magnets. Bad lead magnets. All right. First, can someone tell me, why is this not a great lead magnet? Why is this not so great here?
Doesn't tell us what we're joining up for.
Doesn't tell us. That's, yep, definitely. Why else, guys? That's good. There's a bunch of reasons for this one.
Who is she?
Yup.
Yeah.
Who is she?
What does she do? Oh,
What
health
does she
news.
do?
How do I
Same.
even join her newsletter? There's no link or website or phone number or anything.
There's no date. Stay up to date on healthy news.
Yeah, super
About
generic.
what?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm getting. It's just generic. Too general. There's nothing specific.
Yeah, it's like, why would I even put my email in here so I can have more spam? Right? Right? So you guys are getting it right away. You guys rattled off what right away. I'm so happy this is clicking. So let's take a look at another one. This one's a little tougher. Why is this one not a good lead magnet?
It's like I'm starting to
The print's so small.
Can't read it. Yeah.
The
Many
print's small.
words.
Yep,
Much.
print small, too many words. What else?
Yeah.
There's no color, nothing to attract my attention. I can't see right away what kind of transformation I'm going to get.
Yup, it's pretty boring.
I really don't like that disclaimer right on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yup.
The fact that they're
flags for the
putting
attorney.
it out there.
Yeah, right, Ron.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta check 3 things: monthly, email subscribe. Like, well, how many things am I subscribing to here? So I think this is like a financial planning firm or like a coin collecting company, something like that. But either way, subscribe to a newsletter. Too generic, right? This is a little better. Subscribe, this first line, I don't know if you guys can read it. Subscribe to receive the latest market updates and insights from Franklin Templeton Investments. Okay. But I got to do first name, last name, email, then check 3 things, then read the thing, then hit submit. So for all the reasons that you guys said, and we can probably list like another 10 or 15 more, this is not a great lead magnet. Subscribing to a newsletter is like, you'll see that all over the place, and it's better than nothing, but it is not a good offer. What's in it for me besides more spam? Right? So how do you create great lead magnets? I'll tell you, I've learned this the hard way. When I first got into network marketing, I spent almost a year creating nothing but lead magnets, trying to get this internet marketing thing to work. And it took a while and a lot of training. And I've learned some really great stuff that now we've been able to implement it. Actually, maybe I'll show you guys a few completed ones. But yeah, how many of you remember this? The before and after grid. You guys remember the before and after grid? Yeah? Okay, awesome. So one of the things that I really love to do with the before and after grid, and Jordan and I, we use this a lot. But with the before and after grid is we look at this and we look at our avatar worksheet before we make any kind of offers. Jordan, do you happen to have an old before and after grid that
Yeah,
we
I was looking up the one that we did the last time for landscaping. Let me see if I can find that. I'll let you know.
Okay. So with this before and after grid, the basic idea of it is to take someone from their before state of they're frustrated, they're in pain, they got a problem, I don't know, I need help, to transformation, to what is the after state after they go and implement, they get this information and then they implement it. What's the benefit that they're going to have? What's the light at the end of the tunnel? What does it look like when I get over there? Before, I'm in pain, everything stinks, boo-hoo. Over here, hooray, I'm in the promised land, everything's great. Got it? So let's take a look at this. I think what we did before is I like to always do the baby bathtub thing. So, you know what, we'll come back to this worksheet and we'll do some examples together here, because I want to get you to what I call our lead magnet checklist. I got a couple of tools for you guys tonight. Let me put this link in the chat for you. This is my lead magnet checklist. And what it is like basically everything that you want to have on a lead magnet. Make sure that you're not missing anything. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So you can print this out. You know, it's just to help you get clear on your idea. Okay. So this is the content for it is something that you have to create, whether you're done for you or DIY, because I don't know what's in your head. You're the expert in your field, and the Holy Spirit's been talking to you and giving you lessons and wisdom and all this stuff to help your avatar. So the content has to come from you. So here's how, let's walk through this worksheet. Here's our lead magnet title. So, you know, 4 ways to get more honey out of Canadian honeybees without getting stung, right? That will be my lead magnet title. Describe the lead magnet promise below. Well, the promise is I'm going to get a whole bunch of more honey and I won't get stung. So that's a win for me. Now, what is a type of lead magnet? Now, a lot of times it's a PDF, but a PDF, you can call it a bunch of different things, right? A report, a guide, a checklist, a toolkit, resources, software download, trial, a quiz or a survey, sales material or brochures. I don't really like those too much. Cheat sheet, handouts, some video trainings, a discount or free shipping. Those are better for physical goods, to be honest. Assessment or a test, same thing, kind of like a quiz. Step 1 of an order form. Okay, that's a little bit more of an advanced one. That's like enter your email in here, and then step 2, pay for your free plus shipping offer kind of thing. So in our lead magnet, I have 8 points that will help you as kind of mark these as a checklist when you go to create some content. Let's go through them together so I make sure we're clear in understanding this. It's got to be ultra specific. Okay. One way to say this is that it's got to solve one specific problem. And who's it for? Remember the example I shared with you with Pappy and the sleep magnet? I'm sorry, sleep magnet. The lead magnet for sleep, right? It's got to be specific. Who's it for? And then one big thing. What's the big promise? Okay. The big promise is that you're going to be able to finally sleep. Maybe get rid of your PTSD. All right. Speaks to a known desired end result. What does your market really want? What does your avatar want? This is why the before and after grid is important. We have to be clear on what's the desired after state. If we don't know what the after state is, then we don't really know what the client wants. And if we don't know what the client wants, they're not going to hire us. We have to be able to communicate, hey, I understand what your problem is or your challenge is, and this is what it looks like to solve that problem. I can take you there. Would you like to hire me as your coach? You know, Well, don't ask it like that, but you get the idea. Immediate gratification, right? What was I saying? 5 minutes or less, right? These same kind of things, these bottom two, rapid consumption and immediate gratification. I want to be able to, read this lead magnet and like try it right away. I want to try it right away. I want to be able to consume it quickly. And I want it to actually work. Like, don't give some fluff that's just going to be like, oh, yay, I feel happy now or whatever. Like, what I'm saying, like, let's say a lot of you guys want to probably put scripture and Bible verses in your lead magnet. By all means, do that. Absolutely. But don't do it as the whole thing, right? Give something, some other action steps, some other things, some other tools, some other exercise other than scripture. Scripture can be the source and the main reason and answers for the things and everything you want to do, like biblically based as Christian coaches, but back it up with scripture. All right, let's take a look at the other parts here. Jordan looks a little too happy there. His wife came over and gave him some smooches.
Mackenzie, guys want to meet my wife in like 2 seconds? Here.
Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
This is my wife, Mackenzie.
Bye.
Awesome. Have a good night, Mackenzie. So we also want to shift the relationship. This is really important here. The best lead magnets do more than inform. They actually change the state and mindset of your prospect so that they're pre-framed to engage in future business with your company. Actually, do we got Joseph on here? Pastor Joseph, he's still here?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Joseph, can I share your lead magnet? Can I show it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. All right. Jordan, can you want to talk about, while I'm pulling that up, can you talk about high perceived value and high actual value?
Yeah. Did you see the link I put in the chat for his?
I will find it now.
Yeah. Here. I may. All right. I just resent it to you, actually. I still have
Awesome.
it copied. So high perceived value is like basically it feels like it's worth like a ton. And then, the actual value of what you would actually sell it at. So if you're giving away something for free, like we've said this before, it's like you can give away like your secret sauce kind of thing, like, and that's some of your best stuff and you're giving it away for free. It's immediately going to make people like think and realize like, wow, if that was what he gave away for free, what does he have to like continue to serve me with? And it's not like you don't have still amazing material, but it's just awesome to be able to give away, like to be very generous in what you're giving away for free. So Ron should have that link as well for Joseph's.
Yeah, let me show you guys. So Joseph started with us last year. So where did I put that link? There we go. So this is part of the top of Jordan's. Oh no, is this the thank you page or?
No, that's the actual. That's the lead magnet page. Yep, that's the capture page.
Awesome, cool. So this is Joseph's capture page. So 7 steps to escape the prison of depression. Even when you keep praying, worshiping, and reading your Bible, and nothing seems to get better. And then look what else he says. And without taking any psych medication. Pretty cool. Pretty cool offer, right? So what happens here? And this is the funnel. We're an example of one that we're making for you guys, right? So enter your name and email. It's going to take them to. I'm just going to opt in. I'm on your list, Joseph.
Nice.
I'm going to get spammed by Joseph now. Sweet. No, I'm just joking. It's all high quality content. So sweet. Look, we got our shock and awe video from Joseph here. Watch this video for important message. And he invites them to schedule a breakthrough call with them. And then boom, look, we got a bunch of testimonials. Oh, look, I'm on there too. Sweet. And then they can schedule their call. All right, you click this button, it'll bring you to this form, what you can expect. Oh, I want that form. Bam. So that's kind of what the funnel looks like. Now but what about the lead magnet? right? What about the lead magnet? So I put my name and email there. Now I'm seeing Joseph's video and I'm getting invited to book a call. So what's happening in the background is technology, the software, just emailed that PDF, that resource to my inbox. So now when I go to my email inbox, I'm going to be able to check out Joseph's lead magnet.
Well, it's got a wait step on it, Ron. So you might not see it immediately. Oh, you're going straight to it. Okay.
So check it out. The Depression Escape Plan. So this is one of the things, if you did done for you, we're creating this for you. If you are DIY and you'd like us to create this for you, just let your coach know or let me know and we'll get you pricing on that, or give you resources on how you can get your own created. But this is one you don't have to have. What you do need is a cover page. And I have a template for this, guys. So don't worry, you can just pay attention. No, you don't need any notes. So table of contents, optional. If you got room for it, great. And then, Joseph talks a little bit about his experience, gives it a little intro, and then he goes right into the content, right? What does it look like to break free? What about medication, right? Why am I have a spirit actually inside of me? Now what? So this is leading people to a call with Joseph, right? Talking all about depression and demonization and how did this stuff happen, right? So guys, all this cool stuff, Joseph just wrote, like he came up with the content and our design team designed it and made it all look fancy and cool like this. So all you have to worry about is the text, all right? We handle the rest. So look, how to fight back biblically. And then he's got some cool stuff. You can write these down. There's little exercises to do in here. This is great. Step 2, 3, 4. This is a high value lead magnet. Joseph worked really hard on this for a while. Yeah. So here's what I want to point you to at the end here. Let's get to the end. So Joseph will have a little, he has some testimonials here or a summary here at the end, right? He's got a little summary there, some more testimonials. And then this is the part that you want to end your lead magnet with. Book your free breakthrough call. And check it out. When I click this, boom, it's bringing me to Joseph's calendar and I can book a call with him. How cool is that, right? Another one that's optional you can do if you have room for it. I suggest doing one or the other. I do suggest just doing this, book a free breakthrough call. He's got click here for more teachings, hyperlinks, little links to YouTube, Facebook, see more testimonials. I think that's probably your Facebook fan page, and then your blog, your website. So this is a fantastic lead magnet. You guys get how clear it is. It's targeted to people experiencing depression. Pretty cool. So let me give you a little formula here to actually, no, before we do the formula, let me share with you guys a little template I have. All right, it's nothing really fancy, but I'm going to put this template in the chat here. And it's going to make a copy of it in your Google Drive. And we'll show Pappy's lead magnet in a minute here too. So when you click that, it'll make a copy for you. But here's what this basically looks like. It's pretty simple. It has the meat of what you need to know on here. So everything that you see in red, you can definitely replace. You can change anything you want on here. This is just a format for you to follow. Okay, cool. You guys are using it already. So replace everything in red here. You want to make a copy of this, and then it's going to say blank ways or steps to have XYZ result without blank, this thing they want to avoid or dislike. I'll come back to this formula in a minute. This is our title, our headline formula. But we'll have a graphic or a designed e-cover on this page. And when you create this document, don't post any pictures or anything like that in there because it messes up the design team. Just make, if you want to use a certain picture or something like that, like put a link there, or just write, hey, put a butterfly picture here, or like put a businessman picture here, like whatever you, if you have inspiration and you want to be that more detailed, like by all means, throw in as much as you want. You can throw in a subheading in there, like Joseph had one on his. Then at the bottom of this cover page, you'll have your name, the type of coach you are, like your title, right? And your website URL, if you have one. Then you can have optional table of contents page. And then here's the important part. This is how we start our content. Let me zoom in a bit here. So we'll put our title here again at the beginning, and then you're going to write like a short little welcome paragraph. What to expect here, right? Welcome, avatar name, and thank you for downloading 4 ways to get more honey out of Canadian honeybees without getting stung. I'm genuinely excited and grateful to have someone who is super serious or super excited or interested in learning about honeybees here. In this PDF, I'll introduce you to blank. Tell them what they're going to learn. Okay. I created this PDF so I can help you blank without any of the stuff that they don't want. Here's what I overcame. Share your story as it relates to this lead magnet. Okay. This is like a paragraph or 2. Remember, the lead magnet is not about you. It's about them. They need to know that, hey, you went to the game, you got rained on, your jersey's dirty, you're all wet, like you did it too. You got the t-shirt too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? Let's go, guys. Wake up. It's not that late yet. This is the beginning of what is going to bring people into your coaching business, into your funnel. This is where the transformation starts. So by getting really clear on the top of the funnel, what happens up here, this is where it all begins, this part up here, and then they come into your world. So getting clear on this lead magnet stuff, don't underestimate the value of this, because you'll create lots of these over the life of your career as a coach. Okay, I create several of these every year, right? Always testing new things to find out what can I make better and better. So what I overcame, share your story as it relates to this lead magnet, you know, a couple paragraphs here. Let me show you an example of one of mine. This is one of mine, 37 ways to integrate your faith in business, some truths about you, some testimonials there. And then I have this actual lead magnet. 37 ways to integrate your faith in business. Cool, fancy cover. And then here, I know you guys probably can't read this. I can barely read it without my glasses here. Welcome, Christ-centered entrepreneur, and thanks for downloading 37 ways to integrate your faith in business. I'm so excited that you're here. So then I start talking about Apostle Peter, faith versus good works. So I give like a little intro, you know, little intro. And then I go right into the meat of the content. 37 ways to integrate your faith in business. And if you guys want to go to this website or check out this lead magnet, it's christcenteredcoaching.com/37 ways. Just know you'll start getting more emails from me. So a lot of lists, 37 ways. Okay. Now at the end of this, I have a little sign off. I have a little summary, a little thing like that. In this lead magnet template, we got our welcome, our intro, our little story here. And then I'm inserting my content. Here's my lesson, right? Here's like what's going to help the person, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or however much it is. I'm going to write a little closing paragraph. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this lead magnet today. You know, what you want to do next is go outside and find some honeybees, right? If you don't know how to find honeybees, book a call with me. I'll teach you how to do it, right? So give people a summary and give them their next steps, right? What always makes anything stronger, anything that you can put testimonials on, period, just makes it get better. It just adds social proof. It just adds credibility. And guys, it doesn't have to be testimonials for that specific lead magnet. Okay. Like it can be to endorse a person. It can be to just establish that, hey, this person can really help them. Like I wrote a testimonial for Joseph in his depression lead magnet. Joseph didn't help me with depression, right? But I know he is equipped to help with depression, and I see the man of God he is, and the change that's happening in the lives of other people through him. So heck yeah, I'm going to give him a testimonial for that. You know, I absolutely believe in that. So testimonials there, pictures, text, etc. Then you want to end your lead magnet by putting a call to action here. Okay, want to talk? Book your breakthrough call, and then we'll have a big button there. It's good to have a picture of yourself here, right? I'll put that here too. And that's about it. That's the end of the lead magnet. Not too crazy, right? Here's your content, everybody's content. This middle part, it's all going to look different, however you want to put it. And by the way, your coach can help you with this. This is like something that you want to work on together, right? Start it on your own, come up with some ideas, and then we can come up. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about this with Rafi. Sorry, I can't wait to talk to you about this, Rafi. I got a bunch of ideas. So guys, this is the lead magnet stuff here, the template here. Let's see. Any questions about this stuff so far?
I've got a question. It's kind of technical.
Okay, I'll try my best.
I mean, not actually, but so you said that like once we get the content, that the design team takes over and revamps it to put it in the format like how you showed Joseph. Is that included with the done with you people, or is that the done for you?
It's only for the done for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are ways that you can create it yourself, like canva.com. Canva's got templates already made for this kind of stuff that you can just fill out.
Nice.
Or we can talk outside of this, and I can let you know pricing for that kind of stuff too.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Yeah.
Ron, Bethany asks, is it okay just to have one page, a short PDF, content only, without your story or testimonials, etc., thinking about rapid consumption, or does it need to have all the other stuff too?
I think the other stuff makes it stronger, and it separates you a little bit from the other people that are just putting a checklist, like here's a cheat sheet kind of thing. Like I want my lead magnets to be integrated with the rest of the stuff, so they can't separate it. They can't separate my branding from the checklist and the cheat sheet. I got my website on there. So you can do that, and that's good, but it's not best. It's not excellent. Mm-hmm. So the answer is yes, but we want to encourage you to be more excellent, like give a little more. So if it were me and I already had like a one-page lead magnet thing, what I'd probably, and I know that it like worked, I'd probably just like beef it up and build more around it, like add to it, like add a cover page and add a call to action to book a call with me, add testimonials. Mm-hmm. And in these lead magnets, like we can have pictures in there. We can have buttons in there. You can have a picture of a video, and when somebody clicks on the video, it'll take them to YouTube and play the video, or it'll take them to another website. Like you can do cool stuff like that.
Yeah. Another thing, even, let's say that you had a worksheet that you were giving away for free as a lead magnet. you wouldn't just give the worksheet and then just like, okay, that's it. But do a walkthrough video with that, showing them like a little bit more detail of how to actually use the worksheet, how to fill it out. Give some actual examples shown with a completed worksheet. Like, you know, if you were to go that route, Bethany, and just do like a 1-page kind of thing, like that is, you know, you want to definitely add more to it than just giving away just a one sheet of, you know, a one worksheet if you're doing a worksheet.
Think about it like this, like the lead magnet should be such good quality that I would have been happy to have paid for the information. If I gave you $10, $20 for the information that I just got for free, would I feel good about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would the person be willing to pay for this information? If the answer is yes, then you got a great lead magnet.
Yeah. And the other thing that you mentioned, Bethany, was about rapid consumption. 10 minutes is considered rapid consumption. Reading a book, however, is not. Going through a 20-week email series, you know, is not. Going through 15 hours of content in a course is not, but 10 minutes is. So you can still have, you know, exactly what Ron is showing with this format, this template, and still have a really effective lead magnet that someone can consume rapidly.
Great question. Rafi.
I've got a question, but I don't want to confuse anyone. It has to do with the thank you page. So is bring that up okay right now?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so Jordan, you'd mentioned like having a video that explains how to interface with the lead magnet. And I mean, I've seen that a lot where like you subscribe to the lead magnet and then up pops a video that like encourages you to go check your email and describes why you really want to do it and what you're going to get out of it. But something just came up for me too, is like, I realized a lot of times with the pace of everything with life and, you know, limited attention spans and stuff, I haven't always gone back to my email to check it because of whatever reason. But when there's been an opportunity to take the next step, like book an appointment right there, that, you know, I've done things like that where like, hey, I'll go check that thing when I've got time, but let me make sure I get on their radar and book a call or whatever. So
right.
I just wanted to throw that out there. It might be another area that we could put a book your call button.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, that's we try to cover that base to book a call in a few different places. So
okay.
On that first capture page, like on Joseph's funnel, that was to download the lead magnet. Then they are, as soon as they submit their information, they're taken to that second page, which is, you know, the goal is to book the call there. In the background, that email is being sent to their inbox. And if they do not book a call on that page, there's an email series that follows up. And the goal of those emails that are sent out is for somebody to book a call. And as soon as they book a call, the emails stop. But if they haven't booked a call, there's, you know, 5 emails that'll go out over the next, you know, several days to kind of increase that chance of getting someone to go back and actually book that call. And the first email that even goes out, you know, obviously there's even a spot on there to get that call booked, but you know, that lead magnet is going to be delivered to their inbox.
Thanks.
For sure.
Yeah. So I want to show you guys a little formula I have to make the title of a lead magnet. And this makes it really easy. So check this out. You might have heard me use this before or seen this on some of my pages. Blank X ways to do, be, have, Y without experiencing thing they don't want or thing they want to avoid, right? So blank ways, steps, tools, right? This is a basic formula. Is a number of things to do, be, have, the thing that they want. Why is the thing that they want? What's in it for me? What's the benefit that I want? I'm in pain. I have a wound. Please stop the bleeding. That's why. Without experiencing thing they don't want to avoid. So So for example, I could take Joseph's and I could fit it into this. 5 ways to biblically be free from depression without taking any medication, without experiencing psych medications and withdrawal and stuff like that. Does anybody want to try to take a stab at this, putting an offer together or a lead magnet title in our little formula? I know you want to.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
All right, I'm going to share my screen again so you can see it. All right, let's hear it, Lorraine.
7 ways to be free without experiencing. Oh, 7 ways to be free without experiencing.
I like where it's going so far. 7 ways.
Yeah, and I drew a blank. I have this written down.
All right, well, let's work through it together. This is great. So 7 ways to be free. What kind of free? What do you mean by that?
Forgiveness free, anger, guilt, shame.
Oh, okay.
Free
All
from
right.
resentments.
What's that?
Free from resentments.
Yeah, that's good too. 7 ways to find freedom from resentments. 7 ways to, create freedom from bitterness. So what if somebody is bitter, resentful, and just stuck? Think about, get in their head for a second. What's the thing that they want to avoid?
They want out of their pain. So what I have here is 7 ways to be free from pain, guilt, and resentment without experiencing. It's gone.
All right, Carson.
Gone.
Let's help Lorraine.
Sorry.
Let's help Lorraine come up with the last part of her
Gone.
her headline there.
7 ways.
So what do we got, guys? If I was bitter and in unforgiveness and all that kind of stuff, why am I bitter? Why am I not willing to forgive? It's because there was some kind of injustice that was done. Something I felt that shouldn't have happened, and I'm not willing to let it go. So what do I want to avoid? There's multiple.
I got a suggestion. I know for me, it was like making myself vulnerable and then getting hurt again.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We don't want it to have it happen again. We don't want others to be fooled. We don't want others to be hurt. We don't want them to be right. Sometimes you feel if you forgive, that means that they get off the hook scot-free.
And that's
right?
what I had.
There's a bunch of them that you could put on the tail end of that and make it work. But I think we got the general vibe of it. How do you feel, Lorraine? Were you a little more closer?
Yeah, I had the why is my brain not working?
Mhm.
I had the one you just said. Oh, about not, because I was always afraid to forgive because I always figured I'd be letting them off the hook.
Yeah.
And someone said to me, you'll be letting them off your hook and putting them on God's hook.
Mm.
So that's, yeah.
That's good. So, and then what you can do to make your lead magnet stronger, and we walk you through this in the members area. You just got to go in order and fill in the blanks. But we come up with several bullet points to kind of support the lead magnet too. We'll get to that after we create it and beef it up. But we also create bullet points, and that makes it stronger as well on the capture page. Let's show Pappy's lead magnet here. let's see. All right, cool. So let me zoom in a little bit. So this is Pappy's, this is Greg's. 3 steps to a peaceful night's sleep, creating a safe zone for combat veterans to heal from PTSD and become confident, purposeful men through a Christ-centered life approach. All right, so that's quite a long subheadline, but still, attention combat veteran men, 3 steps to a peaceful night's sleep, okay? You don't always have to have the without there, okay? It's just a framework to use. But then we got some bullet points here, some other benefits that he gets. You know, yes, download this now. Here's some more bullet points that you're going to get. All right, so once I do that, I'll get taken to, I'm joining Greg's list too. Jordan, we probably should be on everyone's list.
Yeah. Oh, I am. Trust me, from all the testing and everything.
Oh, no, you are, because you're making all the funnels. All right, cool. So sweet. Oh, yeah, this video is awesome. Yeah. So Pappy did this killer video here that invites people to book a call with him. Thank you for downloading your Veterans Great Sleep Guide. It's on your way to the inbox. Until then, check out this video. Important message. Schedule a free discovery call. Click that button. I can book a call. What to expect on the call? Oh, yeah. I'm getting on a call with Pappy. Now, what about the lead magnet? What about the lead magnet? All right. No, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, hey, Coach Collins here. What's up, brother? I didn't even see him on here. Coach Colin. All right, great sleep guide. 3 steps to a peaceful night's sleep. There we go. We got his name and Christian veteran and coach at the bottom. I don't know if Pappy has a website yet, so that's probably not why it's not there. Christian combat veterans, great sleep guide. Let's take a look. Little table of contents, optional piece, and then boom. All right, so on this page here, Greg shares his short little story. Like, look, it's in a regular book. This is like what, a paragraph or two? Okay. Coming home from Vietnam, one of my biggest challenges was trying to fall asleep. When I closed my eyes, fear gripped me with the horror of the battle running rampant between my ears. I could not stop the noise and thoughts of things I had seen and done while in combat. That's a great start. It's like, I'm going to read this. Yeah. Right. So he talks about how your brain is wired. Facts 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at that. How, you remember how I was saying that you can click stuff and get taken to a video? Check it out. I click that in Pappy's lead magnet and I get taken here to his YouTube channel. Okay. And then I can watch this video from him.
Wow.
So it's sleep in your brain, right? Like this stuff, it looks pretty darn professional. And all you have to do is come up with the content. Right?
I remember being on a coaching call with Pappy and he was telling me about this. And it was like, I mean, me personally, I have some sleeping issues and it's like a generational thing. Anyways, when he was telling me about it, I was like, this is like amazing. Like, what's one area that combat veterans struggle the most in? It's got to be sleep. Like, they can't sleep. And like, to be able to give that away for free. And then he's got all of these amazing, like, he's done a lot of brain research. Guys, this man is incredible. And so, like, to be able to be like, going back to the point that Ron stated way earlier in this, is like, if you can give away that thing that's going to help to kind of lead to more, like this is that thing for Gregory. This is an open door to his coaching program. So this is awesome. It's an awesome lead magnet. I'm very proud of him.
I gotta tell you, I feel the anointing right now. And I think what I need to tell you is this. Some people will never go deeper than this with you. They just won't. Notice that remember when Rafi was saying before, like I opt into a lot of these things, and then, sometimes I don't even go open the email. Typically about 50% will never open the email. 40 to 50% will never open it. Kind of stinks, right? But it is what it is. But those that do, right? The whole thing, the whole online business is a constant funneling process, funneling down, right? So you have all your people that are out in internet land. They see your lead magnet, they enter in, right? And half of them not going to go further than that. But those that do open the lead magnet and consume it, this is your first chance, your first impression to hit them with some gospel, to hit them with some truth, to hit them with some ways that they can really help and change their life. When you give them something so helpful, so valuable, they're not only, it's a way to worship God. It's a way to glorify the Father. The Bible says, whatever you do to the least of these, you do unto me. Whatever you do to the least of these, you do unto me. Right? Amen. So what about, how many of you thought about this? What about all the people that can't afford my high ticket coaching? I want to charge the big bucks. I want to charge $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. But these people over here, they're not in that financial, majority of them are not in that financial. What am I going to do? Right? Well, the lead magnet, this is free. This brings them into the world. The people that can't afford that stuff, no problem. Consume the free content. When they're in a better position, they'll buy later. Okay. Or you create lower ticket products, 27, 47, 97. There's no limit to the amount of stuff that you can create and charge for, right? Do you know, for when I first got started in this stuff, I was creating a new course, like a new offer, like 1 or 2 a month. I'd put a purchase link out there, and I'd pick a topic, and I'd be like $7 webinar tonight, and people would buy it all the time. Hint, hint, Monica Lennon. Got some money in your email box. I want to see some Instagram recruiting. All right. So yeah, so that's what I was saying. This part, don't underestimate. Okay. Now don't get stuck in library mode. All right. Do this with your coach. All right. I've seen people say, all right, I'm going to work on the lead magnet. And 3 months later, they're still working on the lead magnet. Okay. Just get it done. Right. If it's not good, I'll tell you. And I won't tell you that it's not good. I'll coach you to make it better. And so will your coach, Jordan, Colin, Cindy, Sadie, Terrence. Okay. They've all done this already. They can help you with it. All right. Any questions? And we can do some before and after stuff.
Mimi asked, both Pastor Joseph and Pappy, and with the scheduling a coaching call, is that coaching call free? If not, are there fees written somewhere?
Yes, it is free. Yep. Any other questions, guys?
Joy asked, how long should the video be?
Oh, the shock and awe video, page 2. That
Yeah.
one? Oh, that's a good question. I'd say keep it between like 4 and 15 minutes. There's two approaches to it. We'll teach on shock and awe video next. I want you guys to focus on we got avatar, creative call, lead magnet. Okay, so now's your time to start taking action, because we're going to keep moving forward. What I don't want to hear a month from now or a few weeks from now, what am I supposed to do? I'm overwhelmed. And it's like, well, here's 1, 2, 3. Just follow this and we'll know exactly what to do. the avatar call with your coach, Crave's call with Cindy, and then even tonight, if you wanted to, you start working on your lead magnet, come up with some titles, run some. That's where I would start, is I'd start coming up with a title, like 3 ways to do have X without the. That's where I would start and run some of those by your coach. Jordan, you want to do some before and after stuff? I think this will help.
Sure. Yeah, I have that the landscaping one if you wanted to overview that.
Yeah. I don't even remember the landscape one, so let's do it.
Yeah, it was. I'll show you. We had fun with that one.
I remember doing the my pants don't fit one.
Yeah, that one's fun too. Okay, so this is one of the ones that we did. I think it was the night that everyone came in for free just after the challenge.
Oh yeah, we had guest night.
Yeah, and we had where we were talking about the homeowner and like him cutting his grass versus him not cutting his grass. Do you guys remember this one? Let me know in the chat.
A little bit.
Okay, so here's what we said. At first, let's see.
So this is for Jordan. This is for a lawn maintenance company.
Yeah, so this is something that a lawn maintenance company would use to really kind of identify where their customer is at, if they're just mowing their own yards, and then where they would be at if they started hiring them. And so a lot of, say if I'm a lawn company and I start saying to somebody, we've got 52-inch blades on our lawnmower and we can mow your yard really fast. Sure, maybe that's a benefit, but it's not that great. It's not that big of a deal to a homeowner. Like if you're just going to come out and mow my yard fast, like that's not anything that really speaks to me as a homeowner. Like I don't really care that much. But if you can say to me,
52, I don't care how long the lawnmower blades are. Just care how the grass is cut.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you can say to me as a homeowner, if you're a landscaping company, that, hey, you can have your weekends totally free. You don't have to work all week long and then come home and now worry about your yard and have no time to actually rest and relax and be with your family. But we're going to actually take care of that for you so that you can do whatever you want on the weekend and actually, sit by the pool and just relax while your kids are swimming. That's meatier. That means something to somebody. And so this is kind of what we went through when we talked about the before and after grid of, beforehand, this guy, what does he have? Well, he's working on the weekends when he could have been watching the game. He's got allergies. His arms are getting tired, probably from holding a weed eater. It's hot and he has to wear a mask and he has to wear all these clothes because if you've ever weed eated before, the grass gets stuck to your legs and everything, and you smell like gas, and then you got to shower and all this stuff. And by the time you're done, half of your day is gone. And it's like a total bummer at that point. Frustrated. He's feeling frustrated. His back is hurting. He's feeling like, he's got to rush because he's about to miss the game. So he's hurried. He's feeling like, I've been working all week. All I want to do is spend time with my kids and my family. And he doesn't really get to see his family as much because he's got to mow the yard. Right. So this is all like, this is all real stuff.
So what we're doing with this exercise, like let's say you got an idea who your avatar is, but you don't know what you would offer as a lead magnet. This exercise is going to help you figure that out, because your lead magnet is supposed to take somebody from the before state and make a promise to take them to the after state. So we want to get clear, what does the person have before they work with you, before they discover the lead magnet? And then after they consume it, they go over it with you. What are they going to have after? Okay, don't worry about the middle part right now. Customer segments is like if you have multiple avatars, like I can serve coaches, authors, experts, like I can serve those people all the same. Products or services, not so important here because we're just doing your lead magnet.
Right. Right. So, and if we look at the after stage, what does he have? Well, he's got a yard that's beautifully cut, and he didn't have to lift a finger. He has so much more time on his hands. He can do whatever he wants. He's got his weekend back. That's really powerful right there. He can have a cookout with his friends and family. Like, his yard is looking nice. Like, he doesn't have to go and do all of these different things. Like, that as a homeowner is amazing. Like, he would love to have that. What is he feeling? Well, he's feeling relief, peace, freedom. He's feeling rested because he, gets to just hang out in the hammock. He's feeling delighted, stoked to watch the game instead of mowing. He's feeling accomplished. Like, how many of you guys own homes and the yard gets really high, and then you're just like, oh gosh, I don't want to go and mow now. It's already so high, and then you have to, and then you have to mow the yard twice, and it's like all this stuff, and it's just taking that off of your plate. That's what a lawn maintenance company should be speaking to. Their average day. We said he's eating strawberries and watching romantic movies. I don't know who contributed to that one, but that's pretty specific right there. So you guys get the idea of the before and after grid. It's a pretty fun exercise. It's simple. You could do it in 30 minutes. You could do it in, an hour max, like just walking through and just thinking like, what does someone have before they're working with me? They're tied up. They're feeling stressed. They're feeling, kind of like with Lorraine, like they've got relationships that are hurting. But how do they heal from that relationship? And what do they have afterwards? Well, they have relationships that are thriving. They're connecting with their kids or with their spouse finally. And it feels like when you walk in the room, there's no more tension. Like it feels great, So think about that thing. Like, and I would encourage you even, definitely do this for your lead magnet. Definitely do this for your free call, and do this exercise for your coaching program. Do this exercise when you are going to start kind of a new little project, like a lead magnet or, your free coaching call, like, so you can understand, because if you can look at this side right here, this after state, this is the transformation that you're bringing to people, so that when you look at that side, it's going to be really easy to think of benefits, say on that opt-in page for someone to download their your lead magnet, or benefits for someone why would they want to book a call with you? Well, boom, here's a benefit. Boom, 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 boom. Like you can just look at this and just pull this information right out of here. So very powerful exercise. Just want to give a quick overview of the before and after grid. Ron, is there anything you want to add?
I just think it's funny that Amy said that's what kids are for.
Yeah. That was my weekend every weekend growing up.
Hey guys, I just put a link in the chat right now. That's to the before and after grid. Okay, guys, with all these links, because you get new ones a lot, and you want to make sure that you're bookmarking them, that you're copy pasting them somewhere, like on a Word doc or an Excel sheet, like somewhere where you can keep your stuff organized. Right? Ideally, you're using your CCC Google Drive folder. If you don't know what that is, well, you should, and you want to email customer support at Christ Centered Coaching. They can make sure that you get access to your Google Drive link. So yes, all of this is also in the members area. Just so you guys know, like all the resources that we have, all the worksheets that we pull, they're in the members area, or they're in the vault, our Dropbox folder. The best way to find stuff in the Dropbox folder or CCC Vault is to use the search feature, because there's so much content in there. Just search for the name of the thing that you might want. Cool. Any questions about lead magnets, or does anybody want to take a stab at creating some titles for some? Come on, guys. We're Christ-centered coaches here. We're supposed to go out and preach the gospel.
I'll do it. I've done it before, but I'll be a hog and do it again.
Someone else is volunteering, Amy. You get the most out of this when you volunteer, so let's go.
Yeah. So, I've kind of worked on this a little bit with Jordan, and just the most obvious one that comes to mind for me, because I'm a parent coach, is the one thing every parent struggles with is engaging their child's cooperation, right? Getting them to do what you say. That's the number one parent struggle. So I have 3 ways to engage your child peacefully without yelling, bribing, or threatening.
Ooh, that's really good. Can I make one suggestion?
Yes, sir. You certainly can make more than one.
I really like it, but I think you can use a stronger word than engaging. Like, what is
Okay.
it parents really want? Like, a parent doesn't say, I want my kid to engage with me.
All right. Okay. So
Do what I
that's
say.
3 steps to get your child to obey. Since I'm dealing with Christian parents, that's the thing, right? They don't obey, which I think is funny. But anyway, 3 steps to get your child to obey. Does that sound too wordy? That's why I went with engage your child. I teach how to engage your child. I mean, that's kind of a phrase I use, but I hear what you're saying. So tell me, other coaches, how does that sound? 3 steps to get your child to obey. Is there a better way to say that? It flows a little more smoothly.
Where we at, moms and dads?
Jessica says, I like engage, motivate, transform. 3 ways.
I like 3 ways to get your kids to behave.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that better. Yeah, I like that, Ron.
Yeah, 3
You
ways.
you don't even have kids and you come up with all this good stuff for me.
That's because I'm basically a giant child. So
Okay, I can see that. 3 steps to get your kids to behave without yelling, bribing, or threatening, or pick 3 words,
Or running away from you.
or losing your mind, or pulling out your hair, or whatever. There's a lot of things. Running away. That sounds like something that maybe you've experienced there, Jordan.
Yeah, like every day. I have a 2-year-old.
I think I got another like little sub bullet for you, like a sub thing. Because this is somewhat controversial in parenting. The role of spanking in discipline, like something like
Yeah,
that.
well, that's down the road. We don't jump into that right off the bat, but I mean, we could because every Christian parent struggles with that I've talked to. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. So the role of discipline, because I talk about the difference between punishment and discipline, and spanking is punishment. It ain't discipline, it's punishment. So the role of discipline in
Or even just like, is spanking good discipline?
effective discipline.
Active discipline, yeah.
Not is spanking effective discipline. That's a good one, because that'll definitely get some people's attention.
Is spanking I forget what we just said. Say it again.
Effective discipline.
Is spanking effective biblical discipline?
Is spanking biblical?
Is spanking biblical? If you're going after the Christian parents, they're in
Bring it on.
Christianese in
Bring it
there.
on. Yeah. Jordan's laughing because we've had this conversation. Is spanking biblical? I love it.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read Joey's sub headline. Does hot chili powder get them to watch their back?
What?
You heard of washing your mouth out with soap. Now try chili powder.
Oh man, you guys are giving me great ideas. I mean, let's get real. My kids are so old, I forget. I never did that stuff. I was a good parent. Washing your mouth out. Okay, chili powder.
Oh, wow.
I like how you spelled chili, Joey.
Something about without the pressure of caring what other people are thinking when your kid is losing their minds.
Well, yeah. So what I was actually kind of working on, and I have worked on it before, but when you guys were talking, is it's like the main kind of focus of what I teach is Christian parents are doing what they've been taught in church, and it ain't working, and their kids are not minding, and they don't know what else to do. So it's like, what is true biblical parenting?
Hmm.
So is there something that we can, that you got any ideas around that, Ron? Like you gave me a really good one. Is spanking biblical? Really biblical. I think I'd put that in. Is spanking really biblical?
So this is good. So let's talk about this for a second. There's a bigger learning opportunity here. Have you noticed now that like we could kind of get on a roll coming up with lead magnet ideas for Amy with the parent stuff, right? You know, like 4 ways to get your kids to go to bed on time, right? You can think of a bunch of them, right? So you want to find out like what's one of the biggest pains, the biggest frustrations of your avatar. Like what do you hear over and over again, and make that your lead magnet. And then other stuff like this question about spanking that we came up with, that could be a blog post or a video, right? Because think about it, we're going to have this great lead magnet in this great funnel, but then how do we get people into it? How do we get people to the funnel? Well, there's 2 ways. You either pay for it with ads, or you use organic content, YouTube, blog posts, all that kind of stuff. You know who's doing really well with this right now? Coach Sadie and Coach Joseph, Pastor Joseph. Both of them consistent, bam, ba bam, ba bam. And what's happening to their businesses? Dun, 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 dun. Right? Podcasts are good too, yeah. Guys, I'm going to post these, the resources tonight. I gave you 3 resources. They're in the chat right now. I'm going to post them in our Facebook group for you too. Did that answer your question, Amy? I kind of forgot what you asked.
Well, so like if I want to target my ideal client with my lead magnet, right? It has to, well, it doesn't, I mean, if I just talk about spanking, that might attract all kinds of, if I put is spanking biblical, I mean, I guess that would be good. If I just put 3 steps to engage your child, that would attract any parent. So I want to make sure that has something in there that communicates that this is a Christian biblical perspective on parenting, but that it disrupts the traditional what we think the Bible says about parenting. So
Write that down.
Pardon?
That last sentence you just said,
It disrupts the traditional Christian perspective on parenting. Yeah. So, but I can't just come out and say, hey, come learn how to disrupt that. So I want to say something that, because what I found with the parents that I've worked with so far is that they aren't having success with the traditional Christian parenting model. They don't feel good about it. It isn't working. They're stressed. It's just, it's like constant policing their kids. Mm-hmm. So what I teach them is actually one of the things I like, one of the phrases I like is how to put your kids on autopilot so you're not constantly managing them.
Yeah, we had another client, her thing, she used to say something very similar. It was like something about teaching your kids to govern themselves so you don't have.
Oh, wow. I'd like to know her. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, I can connect you guys.
So I just wrote down 3 ways to peacefully correct your child's behavior without damaging relationships, stressing yourself out, or something.
Well, what if we put in there without spanking? And that way you're kind of addressing 2 things in one. Without spanking.
Yeah.
And
yep.
What were some of the other ones you said, Jordan?
I said without damaging relationships.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what we do. It creates a wall between you and your child instead of drawing closer. Without spanking, damaging relationships, and what was else? Because you said some good things.
Well, all I said was, stressing yourself out, or, we fill in one more pain point there.
Yeah.
No bribing, no shaming.
Without losing.
Shaming. I like shaming.
That's good. Or even just like losing self-control. Because
without losing control.
Yeah, without losing control.
Yeah, I was going to say meltdowns.
Yeah.
I think that's a good hot button word.
You're talking about the child melting down or the parent melting down?
My thoughts too.
Nobody meltdowns. You don't say who's meltdowns.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought of another one. Four ways to diffuse a temper tantrum.
Yeah. Well, how to effortlessly get your kids to behave without spanking, damaging relationships, shaming, or shaming.
Yeah.
Or we could put 3 easy steps to effortlessly get your child to behave without spanking. I really like putting that in there because that's a big hot button for most Christian parents. Spanking, damaging relationships, or shaming. Yeah. Or how to put your kids on autopilot, or how to, I mean, there's a lot of things we could do.
So Amy, here's the thing. You are such a creative and talented person that you could probably come up with a million.
I can't. I already have notebooks full of
Probably,
stuff.
yeah. See, I was gonna say you probably do. But here's the thing, right? Is we got to pick something. You have a lot of things that could work really well.
Right.
Some are going to work better than others, but we won't know that until we start pushing some offers out there and find what's our home run.
Mhm.
But I want to call on Coach Cindy for a second, just to kind of help us out and in our masterminding here. I think we're good with Amy.
Thank you.
For now. Round of applause for Amy. Yeah, good work. But Cindy's really good at this. She often comes up with great titles and taglines, so I just want to bring her into the mix too. Who wants to go next?
I think I saw Joy.
I saw Joy.
Okay.
Joy Harris. How are you?
Hey. That was good for me, Amy. So thank you for jumping out there. So then it made me jump out here. So I have 3 power steps to triumph over the past, moving from joy busted to a joy carrier.
3 steps to move from the past. Say it again.
3 power steps to triumph over the past, to move from joy busted, or from being joy busted to a joy carrier.
You don't need all the other words in between. It's 2
What
words.
words?
Just go from joy buster to joy carrier. You don't need from the past. It could be right now. You could be, moving in that, being a joy buster right now. So it's a little too wordy, Joy. It's a good thought, but a little too wordy.
I agree. Joy,
Yeah.
what's the on the other side of working with you? What does like success look like? Like I kind of have 2 questions. What's success look like, and what's the problem that they have that we're trying to help them with?
Yeah. The success looks like living in cycles of joy instead of circles of joy, meaning their joy is intact and sustained no matter what the circumstance they may be in all areas of their lives. That's what success would look like.
Okay.
And the problem that they have is they're living in highs and lows of joy based on things that are happening in the past. And when I say the past, because what I just said 2 seconds ago is now the past instead of the moment. So getting past the past. So the problem is they're stuck usually on past traumas. And I've been navigating back and forth with Terrence. We kind of solidified it, but the Lord's really been speaking to me about dealing with women who have been victims of domestic violence, or some type of assault or domestic assault. 1 in 3. It's millions and millions of women when you look at that statistic, and that won't go away. So I know that that's probably something I need to really push into.
Yeah, you definitely want to lean into that. Here's what I see happen a lot in our program is like the Lord will kind of bring you to two things I see. It's like you have like a lead magnet and it's a good offer, and then and it'll work, and then he gives you your bullseye, and your bullseye is scary. How do I know?
You lived it.
Right? But it's
Right.
like so. You got Sadie on? Oh no, Sadie's not on here. But Sadie just had a successful launch, positive ROI. We'll celebrate her next week or this week. But 5-figure launch, okay? Pretty cool. And hers, well, let's just show you guys. We're making your funnels anyway. So hers, the event's over, so all the emails aren't going to work, right? But if you go to God Identity Bootcamp, this is the funnel that we made for Sadie. Calling all Christian veteran women. Free 5-day God Identity Bootcamp challenge. Discover who God says you are after DD 214. Okay. Wasn't a super strong promise, but it's super specific. Like you only know what DD 214 is if you're related to the military. You're in the military, you got family in the military, that kind of thing. This is the code that they give you when you're dismissed, when you're like, well, however you leave, right? So yeah, we did a little challenge event from her, but this was scary for Sadie, right? To go full force into, dealing with helping women that are, former, that are veterans and, have dealt with military sexual trauma, PTSD, all different kinds of pretty heavy stuff. And she went head first into it, right? So your bullseye may be a little bit scary. And if you hit it, that's how you know. Oh, I got it. Oh my gosh. All right, how am I going to do this now?
Yeah. So Ron hit on a really good point about being specific. So when we are, can you actually repeat the phrase that you said, the headline that you said, Joy?
3 power steps to triumph over the past, to move from being joy busted to a joy carrier.
Okay. I like your play on the word joy. And I think it's good, but it's borderline like fancy lingo that could kind of get a little bit lost.
Yeah.
I like it. And I love that you say, moving from cycles of joy to circles of joy. I've heard you say it a lot of different times. And that is like kind of, that's, your lingo, your the way that you communicate. That's like kind of like almost like someone that's been working with you or sees you kind of understands that a little bit more. But in this, since this is just very top of funnel, like this is the lead magnet, this is the beginning. We want to be really clear, and we want to remove any shade of trying to get kind of fancy or playful with the copy that we're using. So we want to be really clear, really specific. So even just going back to Sadie's funnel, that DD214 is extremely specific. And even with Amy's, what we were saying with that headline, like, peacefully correcting child's behavior without spanking, losing control, or shaming your child. Like that's really specific that anybody could understand. So we want to make sure that the words that we're saying are very specific, clear, and we're not getting too creative, like in a fun way. Like we want to just be really, we just want to be really clear, because a clear headline is going to outperform a fancy frills headline that no one really understands the wording. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And so we can, what we want to do is, as we get specific, even with our avatar, we want to get specific, and even Lorraine, like just, kind of what we were talking about earlier, like we want we want to get specific and like, what is it? What specific, if I'm talking to Lorraine, like, what kind of specific relationship issues are they having right now? Are they dealing with a narcissist? Are they dealing with depression? Are they like, let's dive down a level deeper so that we can answer that underlying question. Like, with Amy, was she saying like spanking's a big deal in this circle? She's understanding that circle of Christians, saying that that's a big deal to them. Like, they're like, what do we do? Is it okay? Is it not okay? That's a specific issue that they're having. So, what with you, Joy, I wrote down a few things and I don't have a headline for you yet, but you had said, having their joy intact or sustained. A problem that they're having is they're living in these highs and these lows based on what's happening in the past. That could be a specific thing right there of like where we put in that without statement of saying without living in the highs and the lows based on what's happening in your past or anything like that. Like that was very specific with what you said. Someone living in the moment, experiencing joy. You also said that. I like that a lot, in the moment. So just getting a little bit more specific on that headline. That is like the key to copywriting, is being specific.
I like what Monica put in the chat here for joy. Amy says 3 steps to move from chronic depression to sustainable joy without meds. Monica, 3 proven steps to heal from past shame so you can thrive without having to blank. Actually, I really like that second one. What if it was like 3 proven steps to heal from past relationships?
Yes.
So thrive without having, isn't it like a thing where if you're in an abusive relationship, you're more likely to be in that relationship again, right? Because like the victim spirit and victim mentality kind of thing. So how can we say that without, that's good, Pam, without flashbacks, without fear, without repeating the cycle?
Without repeating the cycle, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are good. I'm trying to really stay away from any words that are clinical because I'm licensed clinical therapist and I want to completely remove myself from that. So that's been hard too, because I've been doing that for 15 years. So, and because of the licensure and how quirky it can get with the state and all of that, I'm trying to like separate it, even though it's going to look familiar, but not the same.
Oh, interesting.
Because I can have legal issues if I start using clinical words.
Oh, I see. I get it. Well, good thing you just got your new coaching certification.
Yeah, that's why I did that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. I'm writing down all the stuff in the chat. I really appreciate the insight.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, Rocky said, I think he even sent it to me private by accident, but what about breaking the cycle as a positive instead of without repeating the cycle? That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Joy. Remember, like, so we'll come up with some like generic ones, so like some ones that can work now. And you want to think about, though, would I pay for this information? If this was the title of a book, would I be willing to buy this book? Would I give you a few bucks for this pamphlet? And look, check this out. Look at all these. This is from my buddy Pastor Jay. Bunch of little tiny books. These are basically lead magnets. There's like not that much on here. Right there. 40-page books. If you were on regular paper, they're probably like 10, 15 pages. He sells these on Amazon. They're lead magnets. Okay. How to equip the saints in the ministry of evangelism. Ooh, I haven't read this one yet. Confronting the Illuminati and other evils of our world. I haven't even read that one, but that sounds wild. Give me a whole bunch of these. I got a pile of them. Yeah, this is good. Look, Pastor Joseph, Deliverance Ministry, examining disassociation, ancestral disassociation, and soul invasion. That's some advanced stuff there. So you can create just about anything, you know, like, and he sells these, right? He sells them $5-10, right? So would I be willing to pay for, you know, the 3 ways, what was it? The 3 ways to heal from past shame or for past relationships, so I can break the cycle or break the relationship cycle, something like that, right? And if you don't feel like your hook, your headline is strong enough, if it's like not quite there, come up with some supporting bullets. You want to come up with like 3 supporting bullets that can also be like mini headlines, right? And that will make it stronger as well.
Okay.
And this is just like for everybody, like before you're gonna get your lead magnet made, like you'll meet with your coach. I love to hear about the lead magnet. It's one of my favorite things to create. So we'll make sure that you have like a solid one. We'll ask for feedback, that kind of stuff too, because we are going to do a lot of work with it. We want to make sure you're going to have a great asset to use for long term.
Ron, can I add something for Joy?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks. I just have a strong sense, Joy. Not that it needs to be the lead magnet. I'm agreeing with everything that Jordan and Ron have shared with you, because you don't want the words to go. But your whole thing that you talk about circles of joy versus cycles of joy, there's something very powerful there. I just have a very strong sense you have got to do something with that. It's got to be content. There's something there. It just keeps hitting me over and over again. It's very interesting what Holy Spirit has downloaded to you. So I want to encourage you to do something with that. Make that part of what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah, I like it. I can't wait to see more joy. Continuous joy, circles, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got time for one
Awesome,
more.
Julie. Thank you.
I'll go.
Yeah, Mimi.
Okay, so I just actually worked on this in the session. That's what I'm really liking about these sessions, is I find that I get fairly creative. So, okay, so I just came up with this. 5 steps to arrive at peace when you've been diagnosed with a chronic disease without experiencing fear.
That's pretty darn good.
That's really specific.
Good one.
Can you say that again, Mimi?
Yes. So, and I'll say some other wordings I played with, but 5 steps to arrive at peace when you've been diagnosed with a chronic disease without experiencing fear. So I played around with 5 ways to have peace, and then the rest of it. And I went 5 steps to be at peace, and then I came to 5 steps to arrive at peace, because I don't think people are peaceful when they've been diagnosed with. So that's why I chose 5 steps to arrive at peace when you've been diagnosed.
Yeah,
with
like a
chronic disease
field
without
diagnosis.
experiencing fear.
I'm sorry.
Say that again.
What's it called when you get like a fatal diagnosis?
Terminal.
Terminal.
Yes. Yes.
Is it mainly those? Is it terminal people?
Well, yeah. Terminal and chronic is a little bit different. Terminal is you're going to die. Chronic is you may die. You have a good chance of dying. This sounds so terrible the way I'm saying it like this, but there is a difference. Like terminal is you are going to die. So that's
chronic.
Whereas chronic, like, I mean, once you have cancer, you are considered to always have a chronic disease. Cancer doesn't go away. Even though you might be in remission or you don't have any signs of cancer, you're still considered to have a chronic disease.
You know, like I feel like I like the peace thing. Like what you have is good, but I want to push you a little bit more. I feel like if I remember when my kid brother and both my parents, they all got Lyme's disease, really, really bad. And they had to go down to a center in Tampa, and they were there for almost a year getting treatment. It was awful. But anyway, I remember the thing that my brother saying all the time. I just wish I could have my life back. I just wish it would go back to normal.
Mhm. True.
So I feel like peace is one thing that they want, but they really just want their life back. I wish they wasn't
That's
happening.
good, yeah.
Mm.
To feel normal, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, you're definitely on the right track here.
Okay.
You got anything, Cindy? No.
I don't have anything specific. I agree with you, Ron, that Mimi, you're definitely on the right track. But there has to be something in there. It's not just the piece, but it's what Ron just said. There has to be, you want that normalcy back, the normal. What is normal? What is that? What does that look like? Peace is involved in normal. What is it? I can do I can ride my bike again. I can do the things I love again. There's a lot of different ways that mean normal to different people.
Right.
The tools that would help them get to that, I think, no matter what normal is to them, because realistically, normal is different for different people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what's good? I like what stood out when Cindy was talking was the word tools. And I feel like if you did like 5 tools or seven tools to something like that, because I feel like for the person that's in this medical space, like that clicks with them, that gets it. Like, yep, I gotta buy pills, I gotta buy vitamins, I gotta buy these special equipments and this thing for my shower and aid and like all this other stuff. So I really like tools.
How about something like 5 tools to return to normalcy and to arrive at peace when diagnosed with a chronic illness? Is that too long now?
I think take out the peace part and you got it.
So 5 tools to return to normalcy when you've been diagnosed with a chronic disease without experiencing fear.
After chronic diagnosis or chronic disease diagnosis, yeah. And then we'd come up with some supporting bullet points to make it a little stronger.
I like diagnosis there better. I think it flows better than disease. I like diagnosis.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's squeeze in one more because I think we got Mimi's pretty good. Round of applause for Mimi.
Good job, Mimi.
That was fast. You did that all while watching tonight.
Yep.
I love it. Any other volunteers? Karen Patterson.
Yep, I will volunteer. I've been looking at ways that I can develop a lead magnet regarding, I haven't done a lot of work on this, so, but around how to hear God's voice.
Okay. So remind us who you're helping then again. I think it was people who kind of like have that orphan mentality, right? Or
yeah, they're it could be anyone. It could be doesn't have to be an orphan mentality, but it could be. But just they want to be on the right path, but they need to like get direction. So something like 3 steps to hearing God's voice, clarity, words like clarity, words like receiving wisdom, direction, peace, all kinds of things.
yeah, like a message that has done well for me. Like I had a blog post a while ago that was something about like, it was like 7 ways to hear God's voice and know for a fact it's him.
Yeah.
You know, I had a blog, something along those lines. You can kind of copy steal that if you want. But I think like that's kind of generic, right? Like if you're a Christian, it's just like, yep, hello. All right, I want to know that. But if we want to get more specific on your who, on that avatar, and kind of incorporate them into it. Like I could say, 5 ways for Christian coaches to hear God's voice and know for a fact it's him. Like, that's pretty clear. It'd be for you guys, right? So same content, just putting my avatar in there. So Karen, who could we kind of plop into that lead magnet message?
Leaders, pastors. Well, pastors hopefully would know what they're doing, but not always. Leaders.
Okay. So we got several ways, 3 ways for leaders to hear God's voice and know for a fact it's him. Karen, were you telling me recently, like, you had another lead magnet idea or something, or like the Lord was giving you a lead some kind of magnet idea?
Well, I started writing my testimonies, like different ways that I hear God, just through my testimony. And where I got stumbled with hearing voices like lies, unbelief, belief systems. All of that led me down a very wrong path. And so how to hear more clarity and clearly, how to, I guess, basically it would be coming from the world out into a biblical way of hearing God.
Yeah, I think there was something there when you were talking about, when you first started talking here, all the different voices. Talk to me about that. What were you experiencing, all the competing voices?
Well, lots of competing voices. I'm not enough. I can't do this.
It was like self-defeating.
Sabotage, self-sabotage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The discernment between what am I walking in that is false from my past versus that gets in the way. It's a block that gets in the way of hearing God's voice, to being able to discern that, because you've got those voices, as Karen refers to it, of what she just said. I'm not good enough. I'm this, I'm that. So that's where I think it has to land, because just saying hearing God's voice and the identity of God's voice is too generic. Karen, what you're saying is very powerful. It's a very powerful niche, very powerful avatar. So Ron, some way, but it has to land there. So it's a discernment issue. Clarity, discernment, something along those lines.
It's funny because I keep crying out for more discernment right to this day in the field that God had me step into, right? Anyway, I've been writing I have all these stories, and I think those are kind of like lead magnets. Is that true?
I'm not sure. I kind of want to see some of the stories. I know God's doing something there with your writings and your stories, though. I don't know if they're, blogs that would lead into the lead magnet, but
I'm about to finish one, so I'll finish it tonight and try and send it to you if I know how to get it from Docs, a word into Google, all that technological stuff.
You're getting it, Karen. You're getting better and better.
I am going to finish one today.
Yeah, I'd love to read it. That would be super helpful. I think hone in on what Cindy was saying here. I think I really like the word discerning God's voice. I think self-sabotage. It was like 4 ways to discern God's voice and always prevent self-sabotage. Something like that. It's in the mix there. We got to spend some time working it out. But Anybody's got any thoughts for Karen? Let's see. Pastor Joseph says 3 ways to walk in the promise of knowing Christ's voice, 5 ways to remove the fuzziness of Christ's voice. Yeah, let's go for the first part. Oh yeah, and there's
So it's another way to say discernment, right? Fuzziness of God's word, right? Fuzziness would be a lack of clarity, or
Yeah, clarity.
Mhm.
Clarity.
because I had written down here, clarity was something that was really important. Like hitting a bullseye or knowing for sure this was God's voice.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's where the lessons come into play, Karen, where you can share, hey, this is a time I thought it was God's voice and it wasn't. Here's what happened. Or this was a time that it was God's voice and I said yes. Here's what happened. Here's the testimony. And like you can share, maybe you use some of the stories to teach as examples. That would be great.
I like what Aunt Bethany put in here in the chat for Karen. It's good.
What is that?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, Bethany.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say?
3 ways to triumph over self-sabotage by hearing God's voice clearly and confidently.
Right.
Yep, and we put in some good sub bullets there. I think we get it to a point that I'd pay for it. I struggled with self-sabotage for years. So that's good. That's a great one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I think this is a great place to press pause for the night. Great job, everyone. Let's give a round of applause for Karen. Good job, Karen.
Thank you, Lord.
Love it. So guys, I want you to know that we love you. We got your back. We care about you. Avatar call, creative call. Start working on the lead magnet and work on this stuff with your coach. We're here. We got your back. If you guys want to run ideas by me or Jordan or your coach, Voxer us. We love masterminding this stuff with you. Or you can do it with your triad group too. All right. I'm posting the links for the resources. I gave 3 resources. I already posted it in the Facebook group. If you want lead magnet template, before and after grid, and the lead magnet checklist. I want to specifically chat over Voxer about lead magnet stuff with Lawrence and Rafi. I got some potential ideas with you. So let's chat, guys. You guys have a great night. God bless you, and we will see you soon.
Good night, everybody.